Hi, my previous video showed you that we could add left WM, and here it is, to, well, basically three options in my eyes: ArcoNet, ArcoPlasma, the ISOs that are no longer built, or ArcoLinux, which is continuously put out every month, first of the month, and then run ArcoLinux Nemesis script like this one. How do I do that? This is then a workflow video. How do you go about adding i3, for example, to your scripts? So there is, I should maybe have a quick look at it. Let's use Brave, and let's go here to github.com/Erik Dubois. That's enough. If you remember my name, you'll find the ArcoLinux Nemesis. Git clone this, right? What we're gonna create is in the ArcoLinux desktops another file. So there is already a file, the left WM. If you run this, you have left WM. I'm gonna create 200. Install i3. How do I do that? Maybe we could start with a copy and then figure out what packages we need. Okay, not a bad idea. Always think about return on investment. How quick can I get there? That's the end goal. How fast is it possible, the best way, the best route to take to get there, right? ArcoLinux desktops, this one, Control-C, Control-V. You git clone this, and then you start working on it. So i3, sometimes they say i3WM. I think we all know what i3 is. And then you choose your number, 150, 200. Let's say we'll make 10 of them. We'll see. Rename. Install i3. Let's have a look at the code. It says who we are and all that. This can go actually, but we can leave it in as well. Left WM. Nope, that's not correct. i3. Check. This is a way to install things. Function install. It's gonna check it's there. It's not there. Then we install it. Install left WM. Nope, not okay. i3. Save. These packages are probably not the packages to install i3. Okay, normally poof, bye, save. And then we're gonna count everything for this in the list that we're gonna make. Count everything, install everything, so we know package number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When on left WM, we can clean that out. And actually, if you let me do that as well, let's clean out left WM for next push to the internet as well. So here is a critical thing. If you are on, if left WM is installed, do something. It's actually valid code, but it's not code that I'm using, so I'll keep it in just like this. If at some point in time I decide if left WM is installed, if user share extension left WM, yes, file exists, so left WM is installed, then do this and this and that, right? For now, this is good. So you have some reference point. This is the reason why it stays in. Check if it's installed, then do that. All right, so let's see i3. How do we install i3? There are several ways to figure that out. One of them is have a look at ArcoLinux, github.com, or just GitHub, ArcoLinux. Everything's online. Everything we did is online, okay? So there's no question of asking anything. We're sharing everything. We are just too good for this world. i3 BWM, WM, my. So this is what we need. That's the config. Sure. So, fine. Click. Go to the desktop. That's what we're working on, virtual or real. Git clone that one. That's that. So this is the etc, the scal, the config, the i3, everything is in here. Perfect, right? So basically this is what I need. Control-C, you must see it. And then next point is, of course, I need to git clone it. It all depends what you like. basically, if you can git clone this and copy paste it over your configuration, that's it, right? Copy paste. Where should it be? Well, now it's in etc scale. Why? Because we're gonna make a package from it and gonna put on the repo. But basically, all you need to do is copy paste the content of this folder over .config. So let me just show you. Control C, go to here, here's .config, and Control V. That's all I need to do, and it's working. Now, if I want to put it in scripts and let it download and come from a repo, then we need to take some more steps, right? So I need to put this code on my own GitHub. So make an account. Let me see if I can unpin this here, move this maybe to here. Make yourself an account. Doesn't cost you anything yet. Make yourself repositories. edu left WM, new, same naming convention, i3. It's public. Anybody can see it. It's needed, well, certainly for repos. Well, it's not needed, but sharing is caring. So we have here something. This guy. Let's grab it. So we can grab it here, or can grab it there. Click. This is what I need. I have a folder called edu. Everything that's from now on developed is gonna go on my personal repo, just for me, but learn from it, right? So we're gonna open the terminal here. I'm gonna say git clone me that. You appear to have cloned an empty repository. Check. Now I have here a copy files to all folders. I need a way to upload everything, and I need a way to say, hey, I'm Erik Dubois, and that's the GitHub, and you need to push here, right? No, not here. To the ArcoLinux website or GitHub, better. Here. So, make myself easy. This one and that one get copy paste over if I type 91. Run copy files to all folders. Boom. Means that i3 has two things, up and setup. First, setup. And then you see why I'm doing this. It's pointing to github.com Erik Dubois edu i3. Correct. Not to ArcoLinux. Right? I have to be careful about that. And then up is the first time ever we just git push things. Right? Just a git push. All right. Then we have this here. No, that here. Yeah. This has files. Two files. Not enough. Not enough. That's not i3. Let's find i3 again. Where do we find i3 again? Where do we find it? Did I close it? I guess so. I guess so. So the thing that's online, right? It's in the desktop. There it is. Voila. This is what I need. The complete thing. I'm gonna just make exactly the same thing. etc. Now I have to put that in. Too many things open. This one. Control V. So this is gonna be my GitHub for i3. etc, scal, config, make sure everything is copy pasted over. Then you can say, fine, upload it. So just up. Everything goes online. And if you go back to a browser, which is not that one, just one next to it, everything is in here. Next thing, I need to build a package from this information. What I do, of course, is stay locally. Let's see if I can find it. ArcoLinux package build. There is something I've shared online. Let's see if I can find it. This is a desktop to build i3. Where's i3? Going down, going down. Here I called it i3WMIC. And this is the way to build everything. So these are the three things to build. You download them. I'll just grab them locally here. Because this is a new system, right? This is no longer the ISO builder. The name is NeoFetch. The name is Wharf, right? This is Wharf. Next to me is Riker, and next to me is Data, and stuff like that, right? Having fun. 4 terabyte, that's the ISO builder. So the code that's online, I can grab it here. Arco. And we need to go to the package build, which is here, which is here, which is here. So the same thing you can grab from the internet, I grab here. Okay, I'm gonna grab the folder, Control C. I'm gonna go back to my other system, to data, edu, package build, Control V. Now this is no longer ArcoLinux i3WM, F2, this is edu. So rename it to whatever you like. If you're making your own distro, you can do so with our code edu i3WM git, right? Just my initials. Doesn't stop there. As well here, I have a copy build file. I can't build like I've built on ArcoLinux repos. I need to build on my own personal repo. So build data and setup and up, those are all things. No, those are not always things. Let's fix this. So what is this copy build doing? I think I can delete something here. I only need to build data. I thought so. And that's how we get better. Huh? So this one shouldn't be here. Voila. So this one is gonna copy paste how to build it. All that is also online. Surely when I do now an up. If it's not available, I'll do it later. Okay. We'll see. I'll do it later. So I might have been deleting something that I shouldn't have deleted. This thing. Restore and show. Yeah, I do package build. The other one. Yeah, the other one too. So I'm making mistakes these days. All right, I'll check later. So we need to, where was I, right? Where was I? We need to change the names. We've done the change of names. This one is the wrong one. Just check out this one, if that's okay. Blah, blah, blah. So the blah, blah. Oops, sorry. Blah, blah is not necessary. Let's quit some stuff here. Can go, and go, and go. I will open it later again. So this is the build data, but what are we gonna build? We're gonna build ArcoLinux. So Control H. We are gonna change ArcoLinux to edu, but not always, right? Not always. ArcoLinux i3WM, that's what we're gonna build. No, replace edu i3WM. Replace the number. We are 2025, is the 4th month, and always use 01, not 1, 01. Trust me. Oh, Control Z on this, and then 01. And then we go for find again, replace. Sure, if we are here, replace. And then replace. This one is a dangerous one. this is actually my name, right? This is actually Erik Dubois. This can be called, the package can be called edu. None of them exists anymore. Nope, not needed. Bash, we always have bash. Not needed. Git, sure, we need Git to get things. I don't think it's either necessary. We can actually check it out and learn. Do we need Git? And then the rest is okay, right? Find, no ArcoLinux anymore. And we can test it out by this. First we can test it locally by make package. And then username, we have here a problem. Oh yeah, remember that I used to call it i3wm and now it's not. Well, if it's not, it's not, eh? Okay, save. Let's go and try that again. Make package. So the license, okay. There's a license that used to be there. That's no longer there. Let's have a look. So here we're gonna copy paste a license. And the license there is here. When you copy paste things from somewhere, keep the license, right? Keep the license. So let's have a look. Source edu i3. I deleted the license. Okay. So getting the license then. Maybe it's still open. Here. License, Control C. Putting it here. There was another file there. The README. Yeah, I've changed my READMEs to something more smaller, right? Something that fits. And this is it, right? This is my new README. Websites, Erik Dubois, YouTube, Erik Dubois, that's it. Where is the README? So let's copy paste that as well. C. No, that's the wrong README. This one, Control C. This is the source. Let's delete this. One less window open. Let's delete this. I don't need to go there anymore either. That's done as well. Don't ask. Close. Better, better. Gets better. This is chat.wm. So let's go to i3. Control V. README. Better. So we are on i3 here. So I can do an up. And just one thing goes up. Not two. License and README. All right. If that's online, I can try to build again. Make the package. So the package has been created. Where are we? So this is the source. This is where it's going to. It's going to be called edu i3. It has an etc and a scal, Control H and a config i3. Okay, cool. Click on up. Back down, user, share, edu, licenses, edu i3, license. Check. Now I can actually build it, right? So I can actually say, rather than make package, I'm gonna use build data. And build data is basically a long script that I used in ArcoLinux that I changed again. There's some neat things in here. I don't need to type anymore the versions, the year and the month. The year, I think I still have to do that. Anyway, let me show you. So it's gonna build things, clean shroot, and voila. It immediately builds it, puts it on the repo and uploads it. So anything after this, it's done. So it knows we're in April, so it stays. and he solves as a package release 01, so it just ups the number always. And I don't have to do anything anymore. From now on, I'm sitting back. He builds it, puts it on the repo, pushes it to the GitHub. And that's something you still need to figure out, right? There are tutorials. We do have a browser, no browser present. Brave. ArcoLinux, let me guess where it is. Either it's this one, nope, or it is the ISO one, where you can find the reasons why would you even start with Git and how to learn creating repos. It's all explained in all the videos that will not be updated anymore, but it will stay online. It's YouTube, it will stay online. So in the meantime, he's putting everything online, although shouldn't I be seeing a file? So let's check ArcoLinux Nemesis repo. Let's see, edu i3, right? Where is edu i3? It's not there. What went wrong? So this is our desktop. We don't need this anymore. That's the old one. You can go. This guy, we pushed everything online. Let's do another test. So going back your steps, the retracing is a good thing to do. Everything is pushed to the internet. The internet is called edu i3. When we try to build it, we call it i3wm git. i3 git. When we go in there, let's delete the previous version. Package build is edu number 2, and i3. Any more? No, doesn't. It's just text. It's not the reason, but this one looks good. Enfin, let's try again. Build data. It's number 3 now. Nemesis repo. It should arrive. Oh, capital letters are on. It should arrive at the Nemesis repo. Does it build? Whoa, let's go back. edu i3 git. It's there. I should rewatch the video to see what went wrong, but edu i3 is there. Okay, so basically all I have is a configuration. I still don't know how to install i3. It needs applications. This is a configuration. So one bit of the equation is done. We know, well, we hope that the i3 config is in this package, and with sudo pacman -s I can install it. That's what we're hoping. Let's keep internet open, and then we need to figure out how do we get i3 running and what apps do we need. So basically ArcoLinux, Github, voilà. And then I think I would go to D. There are two options. Either look at the Python code of ArcoLinux Tweaktool, or I look at the ArcoLinux D, which is probably going to be easier. That's why I'm choosing this one. i3. You know how to install i3 or any of the others. Here they are, all the scripts. Even printers and Bluetooth and sound are all here. But the one for you is always in 100. The one for i3 is going to be in here. Here's a list of stuff and we say we should have that. Now, you don't need all of that, so let's have a look together. So we have somewhere, let's start killing again, and another dash and wallpaper, please. Alt is trash, the wallpaper. Better. So we go to ArcoLinux Nemesis, to ArcoLinux desktops to install i3. We had a list. let's put the list at the bottom. We have a list, okay? Which one do you see that you think we're not going to need it anyway? So SDM is your choice. ArcoLinux wallpapers, Dubois, right? Now we use ArcoNet, or ArcoPlasma, right? So tuner is necessary. If you use ArcoPlasma, you need to have tuner. So let's leave it in. Terminal as well for F12. ArcoNet XFC has changed already. We have already a package called edu XFC. Is that really true? Sudo pacman -s edu something. And then you see what you can have. And yeah, but I renamed it wrong. Right? The name is not okay. It's Git. It has to be perfect. Save. This one we get rid of. i3WMR applications. Auto tiling as well. DMUFA. So all of this is something we'd like to have. edu i3WM git. ArcoLinux logout as well. We're not gonna keep that around. That's handy. That's it. Now, you don't have to follow this. You can skip ahead. But what if, right? What if you go and have a look anyway at the ArcoLinux tweak tool and the users, at share, at the tweak tool, at the desktop, and here is everything in desktop or pi, and then control find best to do, I think, i3. Here it's called i3, right? So this is the list. They say i3 is this. Control C. Where are we? Here. Control V. This is what the list is. And if you press, listen carefully, the mouse, the right button, the shift, the left shift up, so just above control, and pressing the shift button to the left, click, and pressing the right button, I draw a line. Then I stop, leave everything alone, right? Backspace, backspace, backspace. Handy, right? Then make sure your cursor is further away from the longest line. So not here, but here somewhere at the beginning. First line is here, so here somewhere. Shift, right mouse click. Oh my God, right? Comma gone. Super. This is the list. Now I can immediately make this list smaller. Volume icon has been already copy pasted. Power menu is already on edu. So a lot of these things are already there, but not Alacrity. Wallpapers, we don't care. XFC, we have that already. edu XFC, auto tiling, I've seen it. So gone. The menu is there as well. F is there as well. GFS, okay, because it's yeah, it's okay. i3 blocks, right? It's another way of a different kind of bar that you want to have, and by default you don't need it. So it's a choice that you can do later. And what you can do is actually use this, edit, sort. But I wanted to get rid of a few things already. And let's have a look. Double, double, double. Voila. We've made our list, we found our list, and you can apply this to BSPWM, to Xmonad, to anything, right? This is the list. Control X. Save. So if we run this script, that's gonna go online. You'll get Alacrity, which is already on ArcoNet, for example. It's not on ArcoLinux, and it's not on ArcoPlasma. So we do need some things for this specific desktop to be functional, to be nice, to be dashing. I'm reading again everything. Okay, I'm happy with it. Then super F again, making it smaller. Last time Control S, and we can push this online. This is the ArcoLinux Nemesis scripts. The choices are in here, and we can delete this. And now we need to test, and that's the most fun thing, right? We need to test. So adding i3wm, well, i3 we've called it. There you go. First workflow video, how to achieve an extra desktop, grabbing it from the internet basically. In Plasma we have already Plasma, chat.wm and left.wm. This is pure Arch, maybe that's a good thing. And now we copy paste it and we play on this one, we delete it, we make another clone, we delete it, right mouse click, clone, right? Let's maybe do this one on Arch. Because in Arch we're missing a lot more packages, right? A lot more stuff. So it might be more educational. What do we have? We have, of course, chat.wm. That goes without saying. Okay, Alt-T, another wallpaper, thank you. Super Shift Q works here as well, but Super Q does not exist on XFCE. Super Shift Q, bye. Not that, why? Okay, oof. Bad wallpaper. Let's not get to that. So, I am on what? Let's have a look. Control T, use. Sudo use. This is what I'm on. Yes, these are commands from ArcoLinux, but I am on Arch. One more. That's it. So ISO, if it says etc dev rel, no such file or directory, it means you're on Arch. Right, SDDM, etc. Wow. Yep, okay. Anyway, update, probably first thing to do. Then you see the repos, Arch repos, my repo, KR. Yes, please. There's a new systemd. That means, in my eyes, in my ears, it means reboot. In the meantime, I go to what I have already, a data folder. Nope, let's put you here. A data folder, ArcoLinux Nemesis. No folder about the desktops. Basically because I just pushed it this morning. Git pull. Pull it down. Last code is here. Install i3. Let's install it and then reboot. Let's see what it does. Okay, he's gonna install auto tiling. He can't find i3 edu i3 wm git, remember? Wm git. There we go again. We're going to ArcoLinux Nemesis, ArcoLinux Desktops, AL3, wm git. Save. It's an important tip, right, to stay true to your naming conventions. So wm gone is basically the mistake, right? Wm gone. Let me go back. We have some more fun. Why is it not working? Wm. This is already installed. Let's make this bigger. Some red things here. Alex appearance are in conflict. I've chosen JTK3 on this machine and Pycom. Been playing around. I see. Okay. Git pull. Run again. So now edu is coming in. Edu i3 git is coming in. That's the most important thing. These conflicts are okay. So it's a choice between this version and that version. We can keep it, because it's our decision at that point in time, right? Whether to go for the Git version or the official version. It doesn't affect us. Scale. We need scale. Don't you like to do scale? Let's do a manual thing. We go to Erik. Its scale is in here, right? Control H. There's nothing in there, Erik. Control H. Config i3. That's the one I need. Control X. Go to your own config because this is etc scale. It will only be used if you create a new user. Permission denied. Is it moving? Did I try to move it? Let's see. etc scale config i3. Control C. Maybe I press Control X. I don't know. Control V. I've got i3 and all the rest. So now I'm gonna go for Erik and then log out, and I hope i3 is there. XFCE, i3, never use the other guy, debug, use this one. Erik is logging in, and Erik has things, right? Has things. Now it's up to you. Why don't I have a wallpaper? Do I like to see this here? Do I want to change this? Control T, is that working? Yes. Super Shift Enter. Yes. Super D. Okay. Super Shift D. It's awesome, right? And that's the main things, and Super X, of course. So everything is working, besides maybe the wallpaper. But remember, everything used to point to, right, ArcoNet wallpapers, and we removed them. So Alt next, Alt N, is in my case here adding variety, and variety, oops, as you see already, has changed everything. So what I could do is tell my i3, what I could do is go to, here he is, to, no, here is he not, to edu, to data. What is in my brain? My brain says there is no wallpaper. Okay, why not launch variety then? So I don't see a black screen, because that's not nice. So in the config, there's a config polybar. These two can switch if we want to, but basically that's just not need to have, but this is nice to have. This is the official i3. Control find variety. Voila. I can say here, execute me variety. Done, right? Execute next time variety. Save. And I push this to the internet. Now the whole process goes again. This is not on the internet yet. It's not in the package yet. So I up everything, change. You can always check what you did. Okay, check. And then if you push to the internet, you need to build it. You go to A3, Git, this one. Like I said, I don't need to go in here anymore. I just say build data. It just changes the number for me automatically. It pushes everything automatically to ArcoLinux Nemesis repo. First the build. Then he's pushing the internet. And now we have to wait sometimes about 5 minutes before it gets here. Super X log out. And when we launch again, right, we should have then variety kicking in. We can fake it, and that's by doing config. Let's kill Python here. We go to i3, go to the configuration, Control F, variety. And this is what will happen, right? This code will come in. And then upload. Launched. And as you see, it immediately changed again. Why does it immediately change? Because I set it to change. Start variety when the computer starts. Change wallpaper every 5 minutes. Change wallpaper on start. Well, that's why we see this one now. So Control T, all of them, right? Super Q, Super Q, Super Q. Super D is there. Super Shift D is there. I mean, have fun, right? It's all there. It's just working inside 3. We've got it. And you keep, and that's the point, right? Of course, at some point in time, code will break. Code will break. You need to go to your configuration. At some point in time, the ArcoLinux repos over the years to come will just break. I need to go to the code, which is in this point in time now on here, and dive into it. What should I change to get Hyperland Wayfire running again? All right. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you realize it's not that difficult to keep actually running Arco. I'm making quotes in the air, right? It's based on the old ISO, ArcoNet or ArcoPlasma. We'll see how long it goes, but there is always, hopefully, for many years to come, there's always Arch. We start with the Arch Linux ISO, released every month on the 1st. If we need to install, we use that one. But basically, guys, this is a rolling release. Once you get the knowledge how to maintain the system, to fix the system, then actually reinstalling is not necessary anymore. But it will take some time to get there. All right, have fun.